Lux Life brings you the biggest and most famous boy bands of all time. From massive world tours to record-breaking albums, these bands have truly attained new levels of success, not to mention their immense popularity globally. Now, boy bands come and go, but for whatever time they may shine across the globe, they achieve huge levels of success, thanks to their legions of fans. Before we start, subscribe to Lux Life and ring the bell icon for updates on the latest and most amazing videos. Let's start with number 10. Number 10. Backstreet Boys. This Florida-based group rose to fame in 1996 with their self-titled album. The Backstreet Boys released some major hits like Everybody, Backstreet's Back, and Quit Playing Games with My Heart. They did take a brief hiatus from 2002 to 2004, but have continued to tour. This band has truly stood the test of time. And of course, the Jake Peralta-led rendition of their famous song I Want It That Way in Brooklyn 99 reminded everyone of the magic of Backstreet Boys. Sure, they were never the coolest bunch of people, and their music is admittedly cheesy. But when the songs are this catchy, you really don't care and just want to hum and dance along. Number 9. New Kids on the Block. Boston's finest, New Kids on the Block have sold more than 80 million records since forming in 1984. What's amazing for their fans is the fact that they still perform live across the world today. What a way to relive some memories! The group went out of the limelight for some time before receiving immense attention again as a result of the release of 2017 Stephen King adaptation, It. The film features the band heavily, and thus helped introduce it to a new generation of fans. The movie doesn't diverge much from real life. In fiction as well, the band is labeled as a guilty pleasure, to be enjoyed at the risk of losing one's street credibility. But really, who can resist the infectious joy and carefree vibe brought forth by the New Kids on the Block? Number 8. Boyz II Men. Breaking onto the scene in 1991 with their single Motown Philly, Boyz II Men brought to the center stage some of the most naturally gifted vocalists of the 90s. Nathan Morris, Wanya Morris, Sean Stockman, and Michael McCary. Their crystalline harmonies mark them out as one of the finest proponents of soul-infused R&B in that decade. The band's tracks like I'll Make Love to You and the famous Mariah Carey duet One Sweet Day are classic R&B moments. Their acclaimed song End of the Road stayed at number 1 on the Billboard 100 for a staggering 13 weeks in 1996, marking the high point in this popular group's journey. They most recently released an album titled Under the Streetlight in 2017. Number 7. NSYNC. NSYNC is the typical specimen of boy bands, selling out arenas, releasing highly popular music, and winning the hearts of teenage girls everywhere. But we have to concede that NSYNC would even make the most reluctant listener fall in love with them. Disney's Mickey Mouse Club played a crucial role in the creation of NSYNC. The band's album No Strings Attached, featuring hits like Bye Bye Bye, This I Promise You, and It's Gonna Be Me, sold over 1 million copies on the day of its release in year 2000, which remained a record for over 15 years. The group were recently awarded with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in recognition of their enormous contribution to music and pop culture in the 90s and early 2000s. And the best part of all? NSYNC brought Justin Timberlake to the limelight, who continues to top the charts to this day. Number 6. One Direction. The 1D face. Any teenage girl in the previous decade certainly could not escape the allure of being a Directioner. After nabbing the 3rd place on the X Factor UK's 7th season, Niall Horan, Zayn Malik, Liam Payne, Harry Styles, and Louis Tomlinson became household names in a matter of weeks. Their debut American single, What Makes You Beautiful, went platinum, and their first US tour sold out within hours. They further went on to release 4 extremely successful albums: 2011's Up All Night, 2012's Take Me Home, 2013's Midnight Memories, and 2014's 4. However, the hearts of their millions of fans were broken when Zayn decided to leave the group in 2015. After his departure, the band made one last album, Made in the AM, before going their separate ways. Number 5. 5 Seconds of Summer. 5 Seconds of Summer, or 5SOS as their fans referred to the band, was formed in 2011 in Sydney, Australia. The group consists of lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist Luke Hemmings, lead guitarist Michael Clifford, bassist Callum Hood, and drummer Ashton Irwin. Originally beginning their career as YouTube celebrities, they rose to international fame while touring One Direction on their Take Me Home tour. 5SOS opened for the English band. Ever since the band formed, it has released 4 full-length studio albums. Their first 3 albums debuted in the #1 spot on the Billboard 200, making them the first band to ever do so. They have sold more than 10 million albums and 2 million concert tickets worldwide. The band's song streams surpassed 7 billion, making them one of the most successful Australian musical exports in history. Number 4. Jonas Brothers. Kevin, Joe, and Nick Jonas formed the Jonas Brothers back in 2005 in their hometown of Wyckoff, New Jersey. They hit the scene in 2006 with their debut, It's About Time. However, they didn't see huge success until 2007 to 2008 when they started working with the Walt Disney Company. In 2008, they starred in the Disney Channel movie Camp Rock and released a 3rd album, A Little Bit Longer. Their 4th album in 2009 received mixed reviews. They then went on a hiatus and eventually split over creative differences in 2013. A representative of the Jonas Brothers reported a deep rift within the band. After launching successful solo careers and settling down in their personal lives, the brothers reunited in 2019. The band released their 5th studio album, which topped the US Billboard 200's charts, and went on the road as well. Number 3. Jackson 5. Michael Jackson's sole status as the King of Pop certainly eclipsed his work with Jackson 5, but the group remains to be one of the greatest boy bands of its generation. The group's combination of virtuoso musicianship, timeless songwriting, and soaring vocals established its status as pop royalty in the late 60s and early 70s. During their on-and-off career, which started in 1964, they sold more than 100 million records worldwide and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. Their most famous hits include I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There. All these tracks went straight to number 1. Number 2. Menudo. Menudo became one of the first Latino boy bands in history and rose to fame in the US in the mid-1980s. Formed by producer Edgardo Diaz in Caguas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Menudo's members kept on changing. This was due to the band's rule that once a member turned 16, they had to leave the band. Latin superstar Ricky Martin got his start in Menudo as well. He had actually replaced one of the original members of the band, Ricky Melendez, in 1984 and stayed on through 1989. During Martin's time with the group, he was joined by members Charlie Masso, Johnny Lozada, Robbie Draco Rosa, and Roy Rossello. Menudo put out 33 full-length studio albums, in addition to a live album and several collaboration albums, before disbanding in 2009. Number 1. BTS. Are you even surprised that BTS made it to the top of this list? The BTS army is truly overwhelming. The South Korean septet, whose name stands for Beyond the Scene, has transcended generational, cultural, and linguistic barriers to prove that music is a global phenomenon, and of course, that anyone can attain success if they put their heart and mind to it. BTS is now an international sensation, which put K-pop on the global horizons. The band's most acclaimed song, Fake Love, was their first US top 10 single last year. Originally a hip-hop group, their musical style has evolved to include a wide range of genres. There you have it, our countdown of the biggest boy bands of all time. Thank you for sticking with us. We certainly hope you enjoy the video. Which one of these bands is your favorite? And which band, in your opinion, produces the best music? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to Deluxe Life for more awesome videos and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest videos. Deluxe Life. Find what calls to you.